Any of you guys ever seen that show Shark Tank? I got to thinking today about how we demonize certain things or we put them on a pedestal without realizing what we're doing necessarily. Right? Some of us will look at a shark mentality in a person and we can frame it positively or negatively. We can look at this person and say, well, that they're somebody who's not to be trusted, somebody who would take advantage of another person, right? Some of us might think, well, this person is industrious, this person is productive. And it all comes down to how you choose to frame a thing. And how you choose to frame something says a lot more about you than it does about anybody else. How you look at a painting or an image, how you interpret it, is absolutely about you and your perception. It's got nothing to do with the painting itself. I'm one of those individuals who makes an effort, and it does require an effort to be pragmatic as much as I can be in most things in life. There will always be an extreme that you can look at, but you'll notice people that tend to go to extremes, I personally don't think they get very good results in life, even when it looks like they do. I think it's the man who can be pragmatic, who can hold his tongue before he says something, or can even, if it's possible, hold his mind before he makes an assumption. And when he does make an assumption, he can realize that he made a mistake by doing so, and can sort of take a step back and really assess the situation. I think it's in being pragmatic that you can reach the heights in life that you ultimately want to reach. Even if you realize you don't want to get there, by being pragmatic, you hold back on jumping to conclusions. You hold back on saying things that really maybe you shouldn't say, and that ultimately will become obstacles for you. When you say things impulsively, sometimes you form obstacles in the moment. Sometimes you form obstacles collectively just by being a combative individual, just by being an individual who jumps to conclusions and assumes things. And what's worse, speaks on those assumptions and actually considers it a strength. Because you will find there are people in this world who are not just combative, they revel in being combative. They take pride in it. You know what? There have been wars throughout the history of mankind, and those wars have always been... Those wars have always found use for people like that. We call those individuals cannon fodder. Or we have called them throughout history. People who can just jump into the fight for the sake of fighting and for no other reason. And combative individuals always end up in the same place. They always end up as cannon fodder. They jump into any fight that they can find. And it's only a matter of time before they find the wrong or the right fight, however you want to frame it. And their journey comes to an unfortunate conclusion. Some would say a fortunate conclusion on the subject of framing. I don't know. I don't want to wish badly upon anybody, but some people just bring it upon themselves. I'm sorry.